Chicken little really fell from the sky, and half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. Art and blow coming through with the truth. Keep it 100, that's the only rule. Every week, bring something you ain't know. Hot topics, that's the name of the show. Hit us with a like, follow, share, and a cash app coming to you, player. Chicken little really fell from the sky, and half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. It's time to tell the truth. 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 Kissing in one word is what we came to do.
That's who's back. It's your boy Art, Sidekick Blow. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. We got a good one for today. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to miss this show. This is a very important show today. You know, it's titled, Where Would You Be? Where would we be? Where would this country be if we had somebody else in charge, right, Blow?
You already know it's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563, 704-449-6563. You can watch us as well on YouTube, Time to Tell the Truth podcast. A lot of y'all leave comments on my video, on Art video, but we can't see it. You got to make sure that you come in the link on YouTube, Time to Tell the Truth podcast, all one word. Today's topic is, where would we be?
Yeah, where would we be? Where would we be if we had Kamala Harris and Joe Biden right now? Everybody's talking about, oh, Trump is bad. He got us in this war. We doing bad. The gas is high. But, Blow, I didn't hear that 4 years ago. For the whole 4 years. My gas was high for 4 straight consecutive years, man.
You know, I got receipts on my page where gas was $4.39. I was the only one complaining about it. Y'all remember the stickers up there. See, one thing I don't like, everything that Biden had to wear, now they trying to flip it on Trump. Now they got the Trump stickers. I did this. Come on, man. Biden Ben did that.
Right, exactly. He did. Ben did it. Ben did it. All the rest of them did it. They act like this is the first war we've been in, Blow. Dog, we've been in wars in every single president. At least this president is getting something done for the country. I'm just saying, we've been in a war. Every president been in a war. I hated this one with the war because he came in, no war. I give you that, but I can't give you everything. He's the only president that ever tried to get men out of women's sports too. So, I mean, we got to look at it both ways.
Well, and we got to look at his first presidency. He didn't have no wars.
Right, exactly. And the second president, personally, I believe he got.
So we already know where he's standing as far as wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, we know at the behest of Israel.
Right, exactly. That's why he got tricked into this one. We see you in there, Keisha Kiki. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, man, this thing here is something. It amazes me. It never stops amazing me, how I see that Epstein file. It never seems to stop amazing me, even with the comment we just got in the comments, Blow. Release the Epstein file. You should have been saying that 4 years ago. How about 4 years ago it should have been released? They had them ever since Obama. I mean, people always come up with these excuses. Man, we always saying that, you should have been released.
I think what makes me mad about people is you can't affiliate other people's. Epstein went to trial. Everybody just keep forgetting that. Epstein went to trial. Trump ain't had nothing to do with Epstein going to trial, getting convicted, and dying in prison. Trump's name would have been involved in the trial. Everybody talking about the Epstein file, but don't nobody talk about the Epstein trial. Epstein went to prison for this. He was locked up for this when he killed himself, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly killed himself. I don't know if he went to trial or was waiting trial, but he was locked up.
Oh, he was waiting trial. Okay.
He went to trial the first time, and guess who let him off? It sure wasn't Trump. Guess who let him off the first time he went to trial? And then now he was locked right back up. They let him off the first time to go do some research and come back and tell me who let him off. And I won't suspect you'll find Trump. They should have released the files then. Those files was over with. They never released it.
So Epstein died a waiting trial.
Right, the second trial.
Okay.
The first trial, he got found guilty. He didn't get nothing but like a year, 6 months probation or something like that. They gave him that, but it wasn't Donald Trump. I can tell you that. See, people want to get half the story, but they never want to put it all out there. Stop talking about releasing the Epstein files. I tell you what you do. Why don't you say release those 300,000 kids that's still missing out there that Biden them let in and didn't even know where they was going and giving them to anybody? Put up there, tell me who you think he gave them kids to. I'm just saying. You tell me where those kids
are. I mean, everybody talking about the Epstein files to try to avoid the fact that the Democratic Party is the party of pedophilia.
Exactly.
I mean, go look up the Sexy Summer Camp ran by your Democrats. Come on, man. All these kindergartners talking about they non-binary and all this other crazy foolishness. I say this every week. Don't nothing make a boy a boy, but his pee-pee, and don't nothing make a girl, but her vajayjay. That's it. So if you talking to a child about, do they feel like a boy or do he feel like a girl? You talk about that's pedophilia talk. That's parent to child talk.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pedophilia talk. That's what I'm saying. Nobody wanting to mention the 300,000 kids that's missing. Where you think they missing at? What you think happening to them kids? What you think they doing? Getting lullabies sung to them? Come on, man. Where would we have? Look, the title of the show is "Where Would We Be?" Where would we be if we would have had Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in this running this country right now? Where do you think we'd be? Do you think we'd be overran with immigrants? Do you think every sport would have men dominating?
Yep.
Do you think every sport would have men?
Kids. Trump just passed no gender affirming surgeries for kids, and it barely passed. The Democrats voted for that foolishness.
Yeah, they voted for it, and they won't vote for the Save. They won't vote for the Save America Act, and some of the Republicans won't. I wonder why. Why don't we start asking questions like that and let some of the people in the comments start asking that? Why do you think these people won't vote for the Save Act and got the whole country hostage and the airports backed up right now? Somebody answer that question. All I want is one answer. No, you might even get a cash out, just that answer. I want that answer. Why do you think these people don't want the Save Act to pass? I mean, that's a basic question. Anybody, a 2-year-old, 12-year-old should be able to answer that.
Well, they already answered their own question. They already answered their own question when they start saying stuff like they don't want ICE at the polls.
Yeah, exactly.
Who ICE go arrest at the polls?
Yeah. Yeah. He ain't gonna arrest no legal people. He ain't even looking for nobody legal. So I'm just saying,
you got that clown
illegal to vote. That's a problem.
And then you got that clown in Maryland. Doesn't stop the police totally from supporting ICE 100%. But my thing with that is, I see so many black people in the comments say, "Oh, good for him. We need more people like him." So he ain't gonna stop the police from supporting the drug task force or the gang unit or all the branches of federal enforcement that lock black people up. They're not gonna stop that.
No, ain't gonna stop it. Ain't even gonna slow it down. Gonna encourage it. That's what the problem is. I don't understand it. I mean, people holler something, but when I start pulling policy out of my pocket, they look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Policy.
Yeah, when I start pulling policy, they be like a deer in the headlights. Stop getting like a deer in the headlight and start getting serious about what's going on out here. That's what we need to do, bro. You know, people. Yeah. I'm just saying. Where would you think you would be? You complain about Donald Trump. Where would you think you would be if them two clowns had gotten off? Somebody asked me last night, would you vote for Donald Trump again? Absolutely. If you putting up what they were putting up, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? It don't make no sense.
Why wouldn't I want kids to get $1,000 when they're born? Why wouldn't I want you to get no tax on tips, Social Security, you know what I'm saying, or overtime? Why wouldn't I want you to not have men and women sports? Why wouldn't I want you not to have kids getting trans at 3, 4, and 5 years old? Why wouldn't I have the border closed? Why wouldn't I vote for all of that again?
Yeah, you're right.
Are you serious?
Well, we already know we would definitely have Venezuela would be building, Russia and China would be building military bases in Iran and Venezuela right now.
No, they'd be building them right here in this country because there'd be so many of them in this country, they can build it where they want to. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could build it right here in this country.
And Trump trying to slow down this Muslim thing they got going on in the United
Yeah.
States.
Yeah,
Them
people don't
people
even know
go.
it. They sleep.
I'm telling you, them people right there is dangerous.
Yeah, they dangerous. People don't even
And
know
there's a
it.
lot
They
of them
trying to
too.
set it up. See, this is what I've been saying, Blow. It ain't wrong, nothing wrong with people coming into this country. First of all, as long as you're doing it the right way. Second of all, you can't just let people come in because they bring their culture with them. And what I mean by they bring their culture with them, they bring all some of this foolishness like Sharia law with the Muslims. These American women don't want Sharia law. If they ever got under it, they'll see why. You know, you better not get out of line. Your husband will kill you and all kind of crazy stuff. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but they don't want that, but they don't know nothing about it. So they just thinking somebody's being bad without any research. You know, you want to bring that stuff into here, and everybody want to bring their culture and sit it right down in the middle of what we got going on. That ain't our culture. That's your culture. If you want that culture, keep it where it's at. That's the whole problem we have with everything else. You want to come over here and you want to, we got whole cities that's just little Mexico right now. Look here, Blow really ain't allowed to go into little Mexico. Let him stumble up down in there and he might get missing if he out in there too long at night. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they got them. Everybody know it. Guess what we do? We stay out of them little Mexico places. Well, shoot, that's just like slavery. That's just like you can't go into a doggone white restaurant. You know what I'm saying? If you can't go down into their place at night, that's what I'm talking about. So if enough of them people bring that over here, look where we gonna be. People don't know how to think outside the box, Blow. They don't know how to get outside and start looking down the road.
I think you just have to be honest with yourself. No adult that watch this podcast that hate Trump guts should say that it's okay to do gender affirming surgery.
Yeah, but it ain't okay. It ain't okay to do that. You know, that's the problem. It's not okay to do that, Blow. You know, it ain't okay. Did you freeze up?
I did, but I came back in. I still see you though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And you know, man, that's the problem right there. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I mean, they look foolish. I mean, I want to see you put a man with a dress on up there and give him the Man of the Year award. That's what I want to see you do. That's what I want to see you do.
But that's not common sense, Blow. That's not common sense.
No, it's not common sense. But these people going right on along with this foolishness. Somebody trying to do something. Every move that Trump done made that the Democrats is calling stupid is all issues of national security.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it's all about. Protecting somebody from putting a bomb, like you said. They gonna put a bomb right in America.
Yeah, they'll put one right here if they get a chance. Anybody that would strap one on and walk down the middle of the street and blow everything up with them, you don't think they'll try to send something here?
Well, we just had one the other day. His bombs didn't go off. He had 3 bombs.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's crazy. We got a clip that we're gonna play, just telling you a little bit about where we would be if we had Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in there right now. People ought to be thankful that Trump is the one that's in charge. Because guess what we do know, Blow? We know that gas prices gonna come back down.
Yes.
As soon as they wrap this thing up, we know prices is gonna come back down to an all-time low. Now we're gonna have them straits open where gas can flow freely. If you was under Joe Biden, you wouldn't have that.
Here we go.
Trump are engaged in or swallowing and believing, and it goes against your own interests, and it doesn't make it's emotional, and again it leads to it's going to hurt you in the end. I'm not going to agree with Trump on 100% of the things, and that's not a requirement for being MAGA and supporting Trump. I mean, it was such an obvious stark contrast. Well, every election since he came on the scene in 2016, but certainly this last one. You know, I mean, I had written a book back in 2024 called America's Last Stand. Will you vote to save or destroy America in 2024? And in that book, I laid out the case very clearly about what was at stake, and that actually the 2024 election was a critical moment, an inflection point in our history, as significant as the Civil War was and Abraham Lincoln, because we had experienced under the Otto Penn administration what life was going to look like under Democratic policies. Do you want to go back to the Green New Deal? I mean, that stuff's gone right now. What do you think is going to happen to your energy and gas prices? You know, the greatest expense in my life, Stephen, living in California in particular, where obviously gas and energy costs are just exorbitant and unaffordable, is my gas electric bill. And that's because California continues to pursue the left-wing green agenda, which Joe Biden wanted to establish over the entire country. He wanted to phase out gas-powered vehicles, I think, by 2035 even. I mean, what would your life look like under those instances? The transgender stuff and men competing against biological females in sports, the targeting of children in the education system, teaching them that it's if you're white, you're just born an oppressor. And if you're some other ethnicity, that you're a perpetual victim. Think about what that does to your kids and an entire generation. All of the NGOs that we were looking at that were being funded, that were going directly against the interests of the American people. I mean, the list is so long. I mean, and then, of course, the targeting of American citizens, Stephen. Trump has always and long famously said, I'm just, they're really after you, the American people, and I'm just standing in the way. And that's absolutely true. But what happened on X, there was sanction. I mean, look, the corruption of the FBI, the censorship of Americans, the proposal of that insane disinformation board that was shot down quickly under the Biden administration. Think about the authoritarian nature of let's look at the medical industry from COVID on. Where would we be if the HHS right now and the whole MAHA movement wasn't fighting to change the vaccine schedule to protect our children and change the corruption of that industry? I mean, look, my life would be so. All of our lives would be virtually destroyed. The way we understand ourselves and our freedoms in this country would be eradicated under Democrats. And you would forfeit all of those things and endorse all of those things, the open border in which you will never win an election again in your lifetime, terrorists in this country because of the Biden regime's open borders, all this stuff, dead American children, women who are raped and bludgeoned to death like Laken Riley. You're going to tell me that because you disagree with the Iran war or you hate Jews so much that you would vocally support Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom? No, makes no sense, Stephen.
One of the highlights of last week for me.
Go ahead, Art.
Much sense. The man made so much sense. We probably run that tape back one more time. But the man makes so much sense. We'll forfeit all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like somebody. Listen, I don't like everything Trump do. Being racist, I get all of it, though. But I think we should go and not trust in anyone. Learn the person. And then I agree with that. I agree, Sarah Bell.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, my thing is look at what the person's standing against and look what you standing for.
Exactly.
You hate Trump so much, you're okay with a little 9-year-old. So think about a 9-year-old that's in your family. And think about them going to school and you find out that they've been getting pills to turn them into a little boy. Come on now. And then you take the school to court and you lose.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Is this? Come on now. Your child, you've been taking your child to track practice her whole life. And she get in the 9th grade in the state championship, and they got a boy out there about to lap her. Come on, man. This is the stuff that y'all standing for, that Trump is standing against.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say you work against your own interests. That's not.
Yeah, you flip it out. Exactly. A lot of people will flip it out. But you know what we get from the Democrats? Complete silence. They don't keep it 100. That's my thing. I'm going to tell you something. I seen something today that made me mad about Trump because I always been coming on defending Trump about how bad people want him to die. And if he, they saying that the tweet was true about he was glad that guy died. You know what I mean? And I think that was, that was overboard because, the me keeping it 100 part, If I don't like you, you've been giving me a hard time, I might put something like that out there too. And I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. But the Christian side of me that say love your enemy, says that was wrong. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I disagree, from a spiritual level with Trump on that, because the man lost his life. He shouldn't have been like, he glad the man died.
Yeah.
But if that's his enemy, and if he feel like he was, like you said, putting American people in harm, I mean, he just being passionate. But I don't like that.
I don't either. I don't like being too passionate where you get out of control and let your emotions drive what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I would, if I was me, I would say no. I don't like the man died, but it's things that we got to do. We got to do things to keep this country safe.
Yeah.
Certain sacrifices gonna have to be made. Just like somebody was telling you, Blow. Yeah, but I don't like the guys going to. I don't like. What about our military? Look, man. Either you got one or you don't. When you join the military, you already know that it's a possibility you may have to go fight. That's why you join. You would,
They
if you don't
join,
have
but
the
they join
possibility
for the
to
money.
fight,
They
you
join
don't
for
have
the
the
money.
military. Huh?
They join for the money. They join for the benefits.
Yeah.
A lot of people join for the what I'm trying to say, securing
Experience.
a life,
Yeah.
securing a life.
Yeah.
Knowing that they can own a house or multiple houses, cars, multiple cars. They do
Yeah.
this to
Yeah.
secure a life.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't do it, but the risk is always there. There's always risk in anything you do. If you
I
join the
just gave
military, the risk is you might have to go fight somewhere. That's your
I
risk.
did. Just like
Yeah.
it's your job, like I was
Yeah.
telling Art, you work at Pizza Hut and you working from 12 to 9, and all the way from 12 to 6, don't nobody come into place. And you're like,
Right.
oh my God, this is a good day at work, y'all. Everybody's chilling. As soon as 6:30 comes, it's a line out the door. It's time to go to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot, those people been getting paid, sitting around, hanging out,
For
working
nothing.
out, trying to
Yeah.
getting ready, getting prepared, getting paid. Ain't did
Yeah.
nothing. Now
Right.
it's time to go to war. It's time to go to work.
Absolutely. So you've been getting that money all that time, just free money. They're not paying you for just to get free money. They're not putting you in there just to get free money. You may have to do something one day. So to understand that, yeah.
Yes.
That's the chance. You might go in for 4, 6, 8, 3 years, 2 years, however long you go in and get out, and then you don't want to go back. That's you. You might have got away with that time. But the people that want to stay for 20 years, make a career out of it, that's always a possibility.
Yeah, exactly. People like my he been to 2, 3 tours. It was either Iraq or Afghanistan, and made it back home.
Yeah, some people didn't make it back. Everybody's
Some
not
people
gonna
didn't. He went to
make
work
it
and
back.
made it home.
Yeah, and that's a fact. Just like in any other job you get that's high risk, you might not get back. A police officer might not get home. How many of them get killed a year? They don't get home every night. All of them don't get home. One just got shot in Charlotte the other day.
I know. I seen that.
Yeah, they don't get home every day. That's just a part of that job. Now, for the weeks and months and years that don't nothing happen to them, they done got a paycheck. Yeah. So I don't understand why people just so simple that they can't understand basic stuff. That's what I'm saying. I mean, what do you want? What do you think, Blo? What do you think? Where would we be if Kamala and Joe Biden was in office right now and done been in office for over a year right now? Where do you think this country would be?
Well, good and well, you would be last. They already told you the State of the Union who they putting over all Americans, illegals.
Right. How many of them you think would be in this country right now? And where in the world do you think you might be getting a job at? I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I'm just saying that's going to be flooded. Everything is going to be flooded. Everything is going to be out the window.
It's already flooded from what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be worse.
It's already flooded from what they did.
Magnified. They'd have opened the border.
And y'all won't even, and they won't even let Trump clean that up. That's why we got the issue at the airport now, because they trying to make it about TSA and they just leaving out the fact that they don't want to fund ICE. ICE already got their money.
Yeah, sure
These
do.
people crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all act like y'all hurting ICE. ICE already paid.
Yeah, that was in the last bill that passed.
Yeah, that
They
was in the big deal.
Yeah.
The Great American Big Deal. Yeah.
Yeah, now they got these big lines at the airports because the Democrats don't want to fund ICE the next time, and they don't want to pass the SAVE Act. Now we just got through going over that blow a minute ago. Listen, the SAVE Act ain't nothing but to have a voter ID and prove that you're not illegal, okay, and that you're legal.
I wonder how many Democrats. I wonder how many Democrats work at the bank or at the convenience store, and all they do is ask people for ID all day. But then they come home and type foolishness on the internet.
Saying, why should we have an ID? I had an older gentleman, man, in the barber shop the other day telling me, well, man, it ain't but 2 or 3 people that vote illegal. Well, you shouldn't have no problem with making everybody get an ID. That's what I told him. You want to talk about, well, man, how many people you think are illegal? I said, I think a bunch of them be voting. They use their IDs and use their names and everything. Oh, no, it ain't that many. As a matter of fact, it wasn't but a few. I don't care if it's 2. It shouldn't be voted. Yeah. I'm just saying, get your ID like you do for everything else. How hard is that? See, you don't want to answer the real question. You want to bring up something like that.
I'll be honest with you. I think they all illegal. I'll be honest with you. I know it's a few, the ones that's born over here, and they say I think more than half of them illegal. I'll be honest with you. I don't think these people.
They already found out.
I don't know.
They already found out how they do that. I'm gonna tell you how they do that. They might take your name, Blow. Just say Blow. Blow. What you get is you get a voter ID number. But what they was doing, they was taking Blow and using Blow 50 times. But they couldn't find that Blow 50 times because they would put it in there 50 times, and each Blow would have a different voter ID number. That's what they done found out. So you voted actually 50 times, but every time you voted, you didn't know you voted that. But every time you voted, you had a different ID number. So when somebody say, well, let's see if Blow voted 50 times and put your ID number in there, well, that's just the only one they got. And it's so hard. That's why they don't want them to clean up the voter rolls. It's so hard to go in there and find every ID number that Blow got. You see what I'm saying? Because ain't but one Blow, really original Blow.
I mean, because a lot of this stuff common sense, man. Ain't nobody been born in America and now they 25, 30 years old and they don't speak English.
Right, exactly.
Come on, man. Them people ain't getting over here like that. We already know them people. They letting them people in. They letting them people straight in over here.
Yeah. And for one reason only. They want to let them vote in our election and they want to cheat. That's the bottom line. That's why they don't want you to have voter ID. And you got a few Republicans that's really Democrats that's going along with them. And because somebody the next question would be, well, the Republicans got the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Yeah, but they ain't got enough votes because you got a few rhinos on the other side, which is Republicans. They just as dirty. They cheating too. So you know, them people is terrible, just like the Democrats. That's what's holding everything up. And they know it. But thank God that Trump ain't wanting to pass nail bill till he get that SAVE Act passed so we can have some clean elections and we ain't got to worry about who cheated and who didn't. All that stuff what they talking about cheated. Why you letting all these illegals in and just giving them driver's license? Because they got a motor voter going on. That means as soon as you get a driver's license or ID, you automatically register as a voter. They can use that even if you don't come vote. They got it in the system. So that's how they can use that stuff to cheat. I mean, it's terrible, man. And don't nobody want to acknowledge what's going on. That's what's so crazy, Blow, to me. How come you just can't acknowledge what's going on, man? Just acknowledge the truth. Acknowledge Trump is better on policy than any president you ever had. I'm just saying, because you can name the stuff that he's doing. That's the whole thing. If I go back and ask you what Kamala Harris and Joe Biden did through their whole 4 years, name me one policy. One policy. Yeah, just one policy. You got people commenting, doing all this commenting, and then you can't name a policy. Really? You can't name one? And I can rattle off 5?
Man, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Trump working, man. Trump doing something every day. He doing something. Trump been doing something every day since he been in office. He announcing something. He passes something. He doing something every single day.
And it's not contrary to the United States. It's not contrary to our security, as you said.
It's not contrary to the people.
Right, exactly. Contrary to the people means opening the gates, the floodgates, putting men in women's sports. All that kind of stuff is
Yeah,
contrary.
I mean that's what it would be. If the Democrats had it the way they wanted, every man to be a girl and every girl to be a man.
Right. And you could a grown man could just go in the bathroom with your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Just because he got a dress on and he could have a full beard and everything else. Come on, man. Psychopath.
I see them trans got a trend going. They going in the bathroom, licking the toilets and all kind of foolishness.
Huh?
Come on. Yeah. The trans is going in the bathroom, man, licking the toilet seats and all this crazy foolishness, man. Sick people. Democrats.
Yeah, they sick.
They sick.
Nobody don't want to admit that. I don't know why, bro. It's just too easy out here, man.
No, because they fake. They fake, man. I don't, man, to be honest with you, man. You're a Democrat. I don't want you around me because you ain't an honest person.
Yeah, you don't keep it 100. Yeah.
Man, you don't keep it 100. I can't rock with you. You don't keep it 100. You can't sit up there and say them people was. I can't even get a Democrat to say that them people was wrong for not standing at the State of the Union.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. If I was there and I was a Democrat, I would have stood up.
I would have too.
Come on now, what kind of crazy is it? Because we keep it 100.
Yeah, but you'd have got kicked out by the other Democrats. You wouldn't be a Democrat no more. They kicked out
we'd have been in there. Well, we'd have been fighting.
Yeah,
because y'all faking. I'm not riding with you. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. But see, that's what's wrong with us as a people. We don't address nothing. Like we always say, the women never addressed it, that man getting the Woman of the Year award. Ain't no real Black Democrats ever addressed the fact that, okay, y'all trying to let these people in over us. Y'all just really ain't gonna see that.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna see that. Come on, man. Because if anything, all these people against Trump, and he protecting y'all from them, just like he said it. He really is.
He the one standing in the way. It's not really him they after, it's us. And he just happened to be standing in the way. That's a true fact.
And you remember Trump was banned they had all this Facebook jail, Trump banned from Facebook and all this stuff. Man, you could go on Facebook right now and post anything. And they ain't gonna put you in Facebook jail.
Right, exactly.
Come on, man, because that's your right.
Yeah, they had us. Remember, they about had us banned from YouTube.
Yeah, you remember what I used to say. A liar has the right to be one, right?
Yeah.
If you get on there and tell a lie, can't nobody fact check you and throw you off the internet.
Yeah, just because you told a lie. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's all that's online anyway. That's all the Democrats tell is lies.
They've been lying, they still lying. They've been lying from the beginning. Give me a policy. I agree with it. Give me a decent policy and I agree with it. They won't even come up. You know what they running on? F Trump. They literally was running their campaign and all they had to say was F Trump.
Yeah, that's what what's the name running his campaign on? Uncle Luke.
Yeah, F Trump. He ain't
F Trump. Yeah.
He ain't got one policy. He don't have one policy he bringing to the table. That's all you want to say.
They don't want to do nothing. That's it. But that's what they do. Nothing.
Yeah. And well, what they don't realize is more people see that than not. When you start being dishonest like that, more people see it than you think. You know, you think that you're covering up.
But I've been really proud though, like watching Instagram and stuff. So many people waking up.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, I love it. They're waking up because they have to. They really, at some point, you don't have no choice but to wake up. You might not want to say it, and probably the thing that don't keep you from saying it is your pride. Pride come before a fall. And you know, you've been one way so long, you just hate to say grandma might be wrong. You see what I'm saying? If we grew up one way our whole life, you just might be having to say one day that grandma, you just didn't get that one right. You know, I know as much as you love grandma, granted, you just didn't get that one right. They trick you at the end of the day. Now, not to say that at some point Granny might have been right. But everybody knows that the Democratic Party has been taken over by the radical left. They've been taken over by these people that want all this stuff. And once you realize that, you'll understand that you're on the wrong side of things. Once you wake up and say, well, wait a minute, all this porn stuff, all this pedophilia stuff, and I'm hollering about the Epstein files. You ain't hollering about the 350,000 kids that's still missing, that they looking for, that these people let in, didn't even care nothing about it, looked the other way. You know where them kids at today.
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
you ain't said a word about that. You talking about some Epstein files that could have been released during Biden or could have been released during Obama. You didn't
Man,
mention a word about the Epstein file.
Trump will be up under the jail.
Yeah,
And that's being 100. You know
yeah,
that, and I know that, Art. Trump will
yeah,
be under the jail.
yeah. They didn't release that.
They can't even find one person to come out and pretend he did something to him.
Right, exactly.
Come on now.
Yeah,
And then all these pictures on the internet, man. A lot of them pictures I looked up. They said a lot of them pictures is him and his daughter, and they got them posted on there, like where he like kissing his daughter when she was little, and like these
yeah,
people sick, man. These
yeah.
people sick. But
But
like I say, you don't want nobody going around calling you a pedophile. Somebody start going around calling you a pedophile because you know somebody on the sex offender list, or you
right.
a killer because you know somebody got a murder charge. Come
Well,
on, man. We all will be a whole bunch
they
of
probably
trouble.
know some of them people right now. They just ain't saying it, and they might not even know who they're associating with. So you never know.
I know some. I know some. I
Yeah,
know some.
yeah,
I know some.
yeah. And they just might not want to admit it. But I mean, this ain't no time to let your pride get in the way. This ain't the time to be saying that, because really what's going on is the fight for this country is what's going on. We lose this fight, we lose the whole country. What you might ask, what do we lose the country to? Everything. Any kind of normalcy, any kind of normal thinking. You know what I'm saying? We lose it. We lose it. It go completely against everything
I'm gonna
that
be
we
honest.
ever stood for.
Trump is a lot nicer than I would be.
Yeah,
Because Elon Omar would have been put out of this country, and Matt Donnie and all that foolishness he got going on, that would have
yeah,
been shut down. I don't
yeah,
feel safe with that many people coming out praying in groups and stuff like that. I
yeah,
know, I don't like that. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like that's Iran or Iraq going on right up there in New York
That's
City
why I
right
say
now.
about the culture. That's what I was telling you about the culture. You bring all that stuff over here. Now you done squeezed out everything we had going on. That's the
Mm-hmm.
problem. That
Mm-hmm.
is the problem with everything. Yeah, Elon
Mm-hmm.
Omar would have been thrown out of this country, and her
Oh, she
brother.
would have
First,
been
she would have
thrown
went
out.
to jail. First, she would have went to jail for all that foolishness and lying and marrying her brother to get over here. Got a whole state senator married her brother just to get in this country, and still up there in the Senate and ain't kicked out, ain't been jailed yet. That's the only thing I got against Trump. He ain't took care of these people here that's done committed
Mm-hmm.
treason, that's done
Mm-hmm.
committed perjury, that's done committed all kind of doggone fraud, and then you
Mm-hmm.
ain't locked nobody up, man. Now you somewhere else trying to lock somebody else up. Lock these clowns up we got in charge that's doing everything to these
Yeah,
people
you're
over here
right.
right
'Cause
now.
they definitely tried to get you locked up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's crazy that
They
he won't
got
even do
felony
that.
counts on you and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, man, it's crazy. Y'all know that's what we got to lose. That's what it's going to look like. What you think this thing going to look like if we lose this country? And we're going to lose this country to everything that's not right, everything that's not Christian, everything that against every moral value that you have in your body.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They have satanic rituals, stuff like this, man, for these kids. These people that's overseeing everything, these people are simply evil, bro.
Exactly. Can't nobody find me. I guarantee can't nobody send us a video of a Democrat talking about the family.
Yeah,
Any
they don't
family.
believe in that. They don't believe
They
in the
they
family
don't
structure.
they don't believe in the family.
They tearing it down. That's the whole thing. They trying to take all that structure down and apart. They want to tear it down. That's the thing. They want to pedophile your kids up. They want to make them boys and girls. This stuff is demonic. And if you riding with somebody that's doing all this stuff, something wrong with you. That demonic blood is flowing into you or something, because you got to know that stuff is demonic in nature, period.
But I don't understand how they not realizing it. Like I don't understand. Like I made a post the other day. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I made a post the other day, and this guy was talking. And if any Democrat watched this video, they should be able to have a moment in their mind and say, you know what, he is right. Now, if
Yeah,
I seen this video, this would have been a light bulb moment for me. That's how I
yeah,
know people don't keep it 100. Art.
yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. I want to show this talking point this man made, and he was cooking too.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna keep it 100, man. They're not gonna keep it 100.
I don't even think I got it on my. I don't even think I got it on. It was that trucker, man. That trucker was going off.
Yeah, cause he know what's going on.
Yeah, I think this is right here.
Why am I down with y'all? Why are you down with it? Tell me why, Mr. Black Man, Mr. Black Democrat. When the last time you heard them say anything about your issue? They got y'all out here fighting for another group of people's issues. Not only are you not fighting for your own, they'll convince y'all that you should put your knees on the background. They'll convince y'all that what you need ain't that important right now. We need to be fighting for them people. They got y'all out there talking about going out the streets, risking your life, protesting and fighting and marching for the needs of people that don't even like you. So help me to understand this. I'm confused. I'm lost. I don't get it. And I know I'm one smart fella. And I can't figure this out to save my life. Go out Facebook, YouTube, what have you. I'm looking at videos of black people trying to convince other black people that ICE is our fight. I'm looking at black people that the Democrat Party got working for. But I look like coming on here caping for the Democrat Party, and they ain't giving me that. And I'm doing it.
Most people don't realize how fast mushroom coffee works. Here's what happens inside your body.
Well, I get that.
Yeah, and he go on to say, you know, they ain't, not only as they not doing nothing for us, you had Kamala Harris come up there and tell you she ain't doing nothing just for black people. So they done stop doing for us, they done stop talking about us, and then they tell us they ain't gonna do nothing for us.
Well, that's just like having a slave. He don't even know he's free. You know what I'm saying? That a slave didn't even know when he was free. You free from that. You don't have to follow these people and what they say to do. You going out there defending somebody else. You did a whole riot for George Floyd, and you didn't even as much get a black hate bill out of it. I'm just saying, man, that's the most pitiful thing that I ever seen. You did this whole thing, and you still never got at least a hate bill out of it? Bro, come on, man.
I mean, there's been more reasons than that to get a hate bill. They should have got a hate bill for that dude they drugged down there in Mississippi or Louisiana, wherever he was. They drug him till his head popped off. They definitely should have got one for him.
Yeah, but they won't do it. You can't get now one of them Democrats to put a black hate bill on the table. But they can get every Democratic black person to get out here and march for somebody else, even though they bringing them in, giving them everything you supposed to get. Excuse me, sir. Let me get this over there to them. You know what I'm saying? Walk over you.
We need a meeting with Trump so we can say we can get that platinum plan back on the table.
Yeah. Well,
y'all let that go right through your hands. That was our come up right there.
That was our come up, and they didn't want it. They matter of fact, they ran Ice Cube off. They ran him off the stage. They made him actually get back. Well, that's what they did. He wanted to holler he neutral. I get it, Ice Cube. I mean, you can holler you neutral, but you still know the truth. And I can see that you know the truth. You know, that ain't gonna change. You can't change the truth by being neutral.
He told the truth. He said neutral. What did he say? He said the Democratic Party been on prom date every year. And every time we get to the prom, they dance with everybody else but us.
Yeah, they get you right there, and then, excuse me, let me have this dance over here. You looking crazy. You out there looking crazy.
Hey, but that was the perfect analogy. He came up with the perfect analogy. Every 4 years, y'all decide to go to the prom with the Democrats. As soon as they get in there, they dance with everybody else but you.
Yeah, they never give you nothing. They can't tell me one thing you ever got. Not one thing that you have ever gotten from them people.
Not one thing.
Well,
thing.
You got something.
My grandma hates Trump vets, and she admit that her Social Security check is about $360 more.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's her getting something. She got something out of that. She ain't getting nothing out of the people she fought.
Right. Exactly. The people she actually put in there, she never got nothing out of it. Even Obama. You didn't get nothing out of Obama. No. You can't name nothing you got out of it. Yes, you can. Some high doggone insurance rates and high hospital bills. That's what you got out of it.
Pride week and Pride month.
Yeah, and Pride month. Well, we didn't get that. He gave that to a certain group. That wasn't for everybody. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
They did for everybody.
That's what I'm saying. He give us stuff that ain't even for us. He give us what he wants to have. Hey, like you just said, excuse me. May I have this dance?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I know I brought you, but I'm gonna dance with this.
Yeah, I want to dance with them.
But
I know y'all brought me. I know y'all brought me here, and not only do we go to the prom, we take them to the prom. They don't take us to the prom. Y'all take them to the prom.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
your date. That's your date.
That's
you
great.
asked them to the prom. Come on now, y'all tripping. y'all went and asked them to the prom just for them to get there and make you look stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hate to think what this thing will look like, man. I'm so glad that that Trump did get in, because I hate to even fathom what this thing would look like right now. You think gas is high? Biden was cutting gas off. That's what I'm saying. He had cut it off. That's why it stayed high for 4 years. Yeah. You think it's high? That's crazy. Yeah.
You ain't lying. He did. He closed down the foundries and everything.
Yeah, he was closing down all the doggone everything. Trump came in hollering, drill, baby, drill. That's the only way the prices went back down and started opening up these things for these people to start drilling on. That's why you got it low in the first place. I don't think they understand that. Now you crying because we went into a war and it went back up. But just as sure this war is over, I'll be ready to bet that gas is coming back down, and I'm talking about flying down.
Yeah, it is. It's already back down though. I just got gas on. I got gas on Baby 4 the other day. I mean, I think I paid like $3.59.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That ain't shit. That's Biden finest.
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all crying about Biden's finest. I'm talking about y'all. Nobody noticed how much they were paying. I don't even think they were looking at how much they pay. But when I was complaining about Biden gas, I had somebody tell me, if you can't afford to drive, you don't need to go nowhere. I said, well, then you being smart, ain't you? But now the same people on there posting crime.
Yeah.
I guess they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they crying. I know they crying. It's crazy.
I mean, no sense.
You know, Blow, I tell you, you know, I'm that's how I say I'm thankful. You got to know where this country would have been. And I think most people don't even care about this country. I think that is one of the bigger problems. People hate people so bad, but they call themselves Christian, to where they don't even care nothing about this country. Only thing they care about is they self.
Well, the thing is, they're being instructed. That's the thing. And that's what bothers me more than anything. You're being instructed by the media and by the Democratic Party to rebel against federal agents. You know what I mean? I don't get it. To hate somebody so bad to where you can't even admit when they do something good.
Right, exactly.
I don't get it. Shouldn't that, man, come on, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, if somebody, man, I don't know. I don't even want to even be honest, but that Civil War stuff, I would fall victim to Civil War. Because if somebody tell me to take off my hoodie because it's a flag and they yanking on my shirt, I'm gonna be ready to fight. If somebody, you know, that type of foolishness that they got going on is just beyond me.
Yeah.
I don't get it. They're doing a bunch of foolishness around here.
Yeah, well, that's the people that they have so psyched up, they just kind of lose their mind. I mean, you got people that's so far-fetched. Oh, I'm moving out of the country. You get out of the country, then you don't want to stay out of the country. The first thing you want to do is come back in the country or talk about this country when you should be having so much to do when in the country you in.
Yeah, you hate your country so much just because you was instructed to hate your country. Come on, man.
Yeah, somebody told you
that. But they're a bunch of crybabies.
Yeah.
What they doing is way worse than January 6th.
Yeah, absolutely.
Way worse than January 6th.
Well, you know, we've been doing this a minute, Blow, and we done seen this thing evolve. We done seen it go from, oh man, pure hatred to, I mean, from a little bit of hate to a lot of hate. I mean, to murderous hate. When you get it that bad, man, you got a real problem. I mean, you got people, and that's what I can't understand. You got our people, black people, that hate people so bad, they'll get mad at me and you because just having a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
They act like we ain't supposed to have our own mind. They act like we don't supposed to have our own mind. and that we don't supposed to be able to think for ourselves, and we
But
got
what,
to make
we was with them.
Yeah, exactly.
See, we was with y'all, and we ain't get nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Being with y'all ain't get us nowhere. Come on, man.
No. Or nothing.
No, because ain't nobody give us nothing. Y'all sitting over there waiting on somebody what they owe you.
Yeah.
You waiting on what somebody owe you.
Well, that's the promise.
No, we gonna get our own.
That's the promise of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
They want you to wait until they want to string you along and tell you they're gonna give you something. I'm gonna tell you, that's what everybody's waiting for. That's what all the black people waiting for. They really waiting on the Democrats to give them something, which that's gonna never happen.
No.
They've been stringing them along since our grandparents, our great-great-grandparents. They've been acting like they're gonna give you something, and they ain't gave you nothing yet. I don't know how long you can be tricked. Crazy. I mean, they ain't gave you nothing as an individual, or they ain't gave you nothing as a country. Period.
I don't get it.
They keep tricking you and telling you they're gonna give you something, sneak something like reparations on the table. Guess what? When you could have done had your own money, you sitting around waiting on reparations, and you could have done had the money they were gonna give you if you would have just got out and worked and did what you're supposed to do to get it. You ain't no different than nobody else, but they want to tell you the victim to keep you oppressed, so you won't start thinking. So you can say, well, wait a minute, I can get out and do this myself.
But the people that's rooting for the people that's rooting, how can you be the victim of something? But they go back to like what you said about slavery. Right now, that's what it is. The Democrats, the still Democrats, is the ones that want to stay on the plantation, and the ones that's switching to the conservative values is the ones that they said, okay, y'all could go, and they left.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but once they realized they was free, you know, that they said, all right, let me go ahead and get up out of here. Just like they say, you could just what they say, you can take a horse and just put a thing on them and make them think they ain't even got to be tied to that, and they ain't even gonna run off.
No, that's an elephant, a big old elephant, that big.
Big old elephant, the elephant.
Yeah, you keep an elephant tied up so long, you finally take the chains off of him, he won't go. He won't go nowhere. He'll go straight right there. He'll still think he chained up. They chain your brain like that. That's what they do. They chain your brain. It's chaining your brain. You still going to the dance with these people, and still standing on the wall when you get there. Nobody ever danced with you the whole night. They left you at the prom. You know.
I think everybody needs to understand reality. Like, I think the biggest problem that I think Democrats really have is they don't really understand reality. You know, like every time, just like I told you why I was upset about Trump, I put myself in that situation.
Right.
And I'm not gonna never be mad at him at something if I felt like I was gonna go that way too.
Yeah, or do the same thing.
Or do the same thing. Exactly, man. Ain't no way I got all this fentanyl coming over here in America and it's killing up my people in my country. And I stop it, and the people, the opposing party, won't even stand up for that. That man said, I am deeming fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction. Then not no Democrats stand.
Yeah.
But some of y'all done been to these fentanyl funerals.
Yeah. Everybody.
You done been to a fentanyl funeral and you on there arguing with a Trump supporter. How crazy can you be? Like, these people are crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. But when Joe Biden had got up there and said he gonna lock everybody up for a dime rock like that and give 10 years, they didn't say a word.
No,
Train
and he said,
people.
Not only did he say that, he said that they 10 years might not be enough time because he don't think they could be rehabilitated.
That's exactly what he said. And they loved it because they were still on the plantation. They ain't gonna do me like that, boss. I'm still on the plantation with you. They ain't gonna do me like that. Yeah, I'm still on the plantation. You know what I'm saying? But they had nothing to say about that. Not one thing. I mean, that should have been an outrage there. You treating our people like that? That was targeted specifically for black people. They the only ones who were dealing in crack cocaine.
Stuff crazy.
That was
I see somebody post that the other day.
And guess what?
I heard somebody post that the other day. So,
this is the person they wanted in charge of them. This is the person they want to put in charge of them. The person that did that to them. That's the master.
Yeah.
That's master.
Yeah. Yeah. And somebody posted on Instagram. They said the Democrats took the war on drugs to the black drug dealer, to the black man. Trump took the war on drugs to the cartel.
Right. Yeah. That's who you're supposed to take it to.
That's who you're supposed to take it to.
Yeah. Why are you taking it to the black man? See, that's what I'm saying. There ain't nobody gonna answer that question. You wouldn't get a comment on that in the comment section.
No. We don't get a comment on that.
Because they can't.
We gonna get a we bias comment.
They can't.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I am biased because I've been a lifelong Democrat. I got the right to be biased.
Me too.
Because I've been biased on the other side, so I could be biased. And all y'all think
grew up another way, Blow. We came straight from the project. I hope they don't think we came up another way. We came up straight Democrat.
I remember about 2-3 years ago, man, I had to leave a party. I had to leave a party because somebody said something bad about Trump at the party. And I said, ain't nothing wrong with Trump. Man, some girl cussed me out. She started crying and everything. I had to leave the party.
That's terrible. That's
terrible, right? You're crazy
about a person. And if you'd asked her the name what's so bad about Trump, she wouldn't have even been able to tell you. That's
exactly. Man, you got a lady, a reporter on Instagram. She going around in the protest asking people simple questions, like why do you not like Trump? They can't even tell you why they don't like Trump. They got signs up that say no more fascism. She's like, well, tell me something. What does fascism mean? They don't even know what it means. These people, they've been instructed.
Yeah, that's a psychological operation. That's a psyop. That's what they call a psyop. They just said, people don't even know why they hold up a sign. They get paid.
They got people way in Africa and Nigeria asking about the Epstein files.
Yeah, that's great.
What is the Epstein file? Something you don't even want to get wrapped up in, because if it was something in there, the man would have been up under the jail.
Already. Yeah.
Already. You know this. I mean, I don't understand how you don't know this. Who protects the most hated man on the planet? Tell me who more hated than Trump on this planet, and you tell me who's protecting him.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't nobody protecting Trump, especially when the whole world against him. Ain't nobody protecting that man.
Well, I'll say half the world. The other half is about woke up.
Yeah.
They ain't protecting him, but they woke enough to not be pushing no issues like these people are pushing and running around talking about you hate somebody.
Yeah, because you know ain't nothing in there, man. Ain't nothing in there. The man released them for you.
Oh, exactly. He could have did just like the rest of them. You know why the rest of them didn't release him? Because, we still doing the investigation. They could have said the same thing. It's still an investigation going on.
Keeping it 100, do you know what usually happens whenever one person come out with something? So like when the Epstein files, when one person come out and make an allegation against somebody, and if they pay that person off or something, then you got 5, 10, 15, 20 people just back to back. As soon as he released the Epstein files, the people, that was their cue to come out.
Yeah. Well, most of them already been paid up. That's why they can't say nothing. Most of them girls that Epstein did that too, they can't say nothing about it because they've been paid off. They took the payment. If you didn't take the payment, then you can come out and tell you what somebody did to you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But if you settled that case, which a lot of them women settled that case, they just got the money. I mean, I don't think they should have got the money. They should have come on out and went to trial and lock somebody up, wrote a book or something. They wanted the money. I get that too. I mean, they wanted the money. I get that too. You wanted to settle for some money. You got that. But then you want to turn right back around and press the hell the Epstein files release. But you done got the money. You sitting over there rich. Yeah. And a lot of them women did that. That's why they don't want to come out and say nothing. If you didn't take the money, why don't you just come on out, get a trial going, and lock up whoever did something to you? If you got enough credible evidence, don't just come out and say that if you ain't got no evidence to prove it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Blow, we done went over.
All right, well, shoot me. All right, we're going to continue to bring you more episodes just like this one. Between what I say, what he say, what's in the comments, the truth is in there somewhere.
It's one thing for certain.
2 things for sure.
We're going to tell the truth.
Because it's time.
Time to tell the truth. Peace out.
Peace out.